What's going on, brothers? Just let me tell you the name. Got a video for you. It's written title, Thot Fatigue, Part 16. Here goes. So, yeah, I'm a little late to this, but you brothers heard Shannon Sharpe, the OF sperm toilet that he slept with, he settled. Gave her $15 million. And that right there doesn't surprise me one bit, because you see, Shannon Sharpe, despite his success, he's an old simp. So he has to learn the hard way. And I guess the good news to come out of this is that the OF trash bag who shook him down, she's probably going to try to sue him for more money in about 2 or 3 years, because we all know that Charleston's day and age spend money frivolously. They're financially illiterate. And while the ditch pigs and the trollops who are living vicariously through her, you got a couple on TikTok and Instagram who are upset because there are some new EBT laws coming. And Agent Orange is about to shake up these new child support laws. And I want you brothers to keep a watchful eye on what transpires with this new EBT law and the shake up in the child support laws. Keep a watchful eye on it. I know I will. I'm also keeping a watchful eye on these chameleons who are laughing at these 304s and these deadbeat mothers who are already crashing out and explaining, like, how will I feed my kids? What am I going to do? Like, nah, you ain't fooling nobody. You're trying to get out in front of this. You're trying to get out in front of this because if somebody in this space catches it, then that's views lost, that's revenue lost for y'all. But check this out. This Thot Fatigue is the gift that keeps on giving. It really is. You see, there would be no need to reform these child support laws. There would really be no need for Agent Orange to change the laws for EBT if all of these deadbeat mothers and all these trash bags wouldn't have been on social media admiring their handiwork. There would be no need for all of this to happen if these trollops weren't peddling extortion in these chat groups. There would be no need for this. There weren't trollops out here practicing what we call starter husbands and starter marriages. There would be no need for this. But here we are. That's why you have trollops complaining that men aren't dating, men don't approach women out in public anymore. But none of them want to adjust to the fact that they create this environment. None of them want to call it. None of them want to call a spade a spade. They create this environment. Hashtag Me Too, hashtag Kill All Men, hashtag Listen and Believe, hashtag Waste His Time, hashtag Don't Approach. You see, over here in this space, we all have Thot Fatigue. And this Thot Fatigue is growing outside of this space, outside of this manosphere, and out into the real world. That's what's happening, brothers. That's what's happening. That's why you have models and feminists writing hit pieces on how men are intimidated and how men are scared of women and won't approach women in public because men are just losers and just weak. I said, no, nobody supports you in public because y'all create this environment and normalized false accusations, i.e. hashtag Me Too. That's what y'all did. You cried wolf one too many times. Men learned, adjusted, and adapted, and you guys don't like it because y'all like foresight. Y'all can't even bear your own standards. And me, I'm just standing front and center and laughing my ass off. That's what I'm doing. You see, this system is also experiencing a thought fatigue. You see, they're too busy trying to make money. They can't make childbearing, or check this out. They can't make childbearing palatable to men. They can't do it. They can't make childbearing palatable to men. Their population is dropping. So of course, they're trying to change these child support laws. But as I've said in previous videos, I don't think that's going to work. It's too little too late. I mean, they're trying to stop this bleeding, but they waited too long. They waited too long, and these trollops, they didn't help them. They certainly didn't help. Because while we've been in this space for over a decade, talking about Briefless Law, the Scum Manifesto, how these child support laws, and how child support is peonage slavery, there's been a non-stop train of these ditch pigs and these 304s saying how they divorced her husband, tore their family apart, and now they're living life off his dime. You know, everything's at his expense. They overplayed their hand. They overplayed their hand. And now everybody knows their game. Everybody knows their game. Because as I said in my previous videos, brothers, their drug of choice is attention. Well, they're also vainglorious. I mean, how sorry of a human being do you have to be so vain that you're willing to go to the grave for the sake of being vain? How sorry of a human being do you have to be to put your children's life in jeopardy rather than give the children to the father? Yeah, if you didn't know it already, most of these trollops and ditch pigs and 304s who are on TikTok and are out here gloating about the child support check they get in the mail, they don't spend that money on the children. They spend that money on vacations, Birkin bags, and to buy luxury goods that they don't need. That's why you see some of these ditch pigs in the grocery store where they have new clothing and the child looks destitute. That's what you're seeing. That's what's going on. I know you bros are tired of looking at it. I'm tired of looking at it. It's just a bunch of scavengers, man. A bunch of scavengers and parasites. You know, two weeks ago, I saw this tree stump on TikTok who was complaining about her benefits being cut. Apparently this individual doesn't work. She has 5 children. She lives off her partner's disability. And one of her kids has autism. But in her mind, well, the taxpayers should have to pay for this. I shouldn't have to pay for this. And that sense of entitlement, that parasiting, that leeching, the sizable portion of men are just tired of that shit. I'm tired of it. I work blue collar. You brothers out there, I think I speak for most brothers who work blue collar. We're tired of the leeching. We're tired of gold digging. We're tired of the extortion. We're tired of all this madness and this insanity these trollops put out here 24/7, 7 days a week. They wreak havoc and are complaining that nobody takes them seriously or nobody's trying to put a ring on it. Well, you don't deserve a ring. You don't get to be a 304 for most of your trifling sorry life and then code switch and say, well, let me settle down. I'm getting too old, too weather beaten. Let me find a husband. Nah, you missed a boat. You missed a boat, and this is thought fatigue. That's what it is, brothers. It's a thought fatigue. Oh, and for you brothers out there who still on the fence, and you brothers out there who are somehow sympathize with these trollops in their financial ruin, let me explain something to you. In the late 80s, during Christmas, I think up there in Illinois, there was a writer who coined this term called retail therapy or shop therapy. This was in the late 80s. What do you think Trump's been doing all these years, these decades? He's doing the same thing. They spend money they don't have. If they marry you, divorce you, they spend your money. It's all mindless consumption, all mindless leeching, gold digging, and extortion. It all boils down to resources. It all starts and stops at resources. That's why fast forward to today, there's thought fatigue. And everybody, or damn near everybody, is sick of these 304s. They're sick of all this extortion. That's what's happening, brothers. That's what's happening. You're here first. It's L.O.M. Mgtow. That's all I got for you. Like the bass here in your commentary, for you to subscribe. If you don't donate, it's my chain if I tip you on my channel. All right, fam. All right, brethren, you know it's real. You know routine. Go on either way. SYSBM is for these ditch pigs, these sperm toys, and those that promise we say it, give them nothing. This is Mgtow PSA. Welcome to Tight. See you soon.